Today is just a full body rollout massage using a massage ball to help release out all that tension and tightness and holding in your body. You need your massage ball, and we're going to start with the glutes. So you're going to just roll up on the massage ball, putting one knee down that's on the massage ball, and then just rolling in circles, allowing the massage ball to get nice and deep into your rotators on the sides of your hips and your glutes. And if you find a spot that feels extra tight, or sometimes it can even feel like a knot, like you've rolled over a knot, you want to stay in that area and work it out, because that's the tight spot. And then when you find your tightest spot, you're just going to sit on it and open and close or clamshell your bottom knee to your top knee about 10 times. Really trying to release your muscles around the ball. So try not to grip them, let them just relax as much as you can so the ball can get really deep into your muscles. Just going to clamshell open and closed. And then once you finish that, roll it out again. And we're going to roll now the piriformis on the top. So put your feet parallel and you're going to roll the ball up and down on the top of your glutes now. Not on the sides, but on the top, going to about the lower back and then down to about the meatiest part of your bum. Rolling up and down. We're going to open the leg out again and come onto the side. And again, you can just find that tight spot and relax into it, letting your weight really sink down. Seeing if you can get your muscles to wrap around the ball. Just going to hold it there. We'll hold it for about a minute, really seeing if we can get our muscles to completely relax and just wrap themselves around the ball. So you just get to hang out. And then just start to massage it around again. Maybe up a little bit higher on the outsides of the glutes. Working into it one last time. These are really big muscle groups that we have. So we want to make sure we get in those really good for our glutes. Okay, we're going to switch the ball to the other side. Start with the same thing, dropping your knee down. And then just rolling up and down or in circles. Looking for the tight area or the epicenter, kind of where that tightness is happening, and see if you can stay and work that out a little bit by massaging and rolling up and down on the ball. Getting as deep as you can into your glutes. You're going to clamshell the bottom knee to the top knee 10 times. Having the ball on the spot that feels the tightest for you. That might be different just depending on your body and where you hold tension and tightness, what you work out. Lots of factors go into where you feel that tightness. So you want to put the ball in the tightest spot for you. And then when you're finished those, you're going to plant your feet, put your knees to the ceiling, and then just roll up and down on your piriformis. Rolling out the top of your bum. So not to the side in the rotators and the glutes, but actually on up and down in the center, those meaty parts of your glutes. We're going to open the knee back out, do a little roll, find that tight spot, and then we just hold. We have that minute hold on top of the ball. Try not to grip your glutes, even if it feels tight. Sometimes when it's really tight, those muscles will tense up to try to protect themselves because it feels a little bit painful to have those muscles release, but we want to relax them. So really do your best, use your deep breathing. Do the best you can to have those muscles relax and wrap around the ball. We're going to go back to just gentle rolling, getting in there one last time. And then come off the ball. Awesome. Okay, we'll do our lats. This is kind of your QLs, your latissimus dorsi. And we want the ball to roll not on the spine itself, but in that meaty area between the side of your body and the center of your body. Kind of where the love handles are. So we don't want to be on the ribs. We're below the ribs in that little section between the ribs and the hip bone. And we're going to lift our hips and rock the ball into the center and then out to the side again. Not on the bone, but just on the muscles in that section of your back. And you're going to drop your knees gently to the right, on the side you have the ball on. Just letting those knees just gently rock and then come up to the ceiling. There's not going to be a big motion, so your knees aren't going to go very far. Just a gentle rock side to side. And again, we want to get that ball to work into those muscles. We're going to let our knees fall down. We're just going to hang out on the ball. Taking big, deep breaths. This is the area of your lower back that can get really tight and can cause a lot of lower back pain. So this is a nice way to release out those muscles, especially after we did the glutes. And then point your knees back up to the ceiling. Take another little side-to-side roll with your hips just slightly lifted so you can roll the ball to the middle and then out to the side of your body. So on the half of your spine, the right half of your spine. You're going to roll off the ball and then just switch it to the other side. Keep the hips lifted and rock that ball in towards the center line of the body and then out towards the outside. In that meaty space between the bottom rib and the top hip bone. So working your muscles around the ball. Drop your hips down and then just gently rock your knees to the left this time, the side you have the ball on, and then back up. And let your knee fall all the way and just hang out there. Your back is slightly twisted, which is going to help the ball get deeper into your muscles. Try to relax. Breathe in and out slowly through your nose. And carefully turn your knees back up, lift your hips slightly, and again, roll the ball around. Just taking one more moment to try and release out tightness there. And then move the ball out from underneath you. Come up, and we're going to now do along the scapula. So we have our wing bones back here, which are scapula bones. We don't want to go on the bone, but we want to go right inside, right next to that bone in the meaty area underneath and around the scapula. So we'll place the ball at the top. We're going to roll the ball down with our hips lifted down to the point of the scapula and then back up to the trap. So we're going to just roll that ball right next to the scapula up and down. Then you're going to roll it up to your tricep, not your tricep, your trapezius muscle at the top, and extend your right arm overhead and then bend it out 90 degrees. So extend and bend. Your head is dropped back down on the mat. You're trying to extend the arm up and then bend the elbow 90 degrees. Reach and bend. That's going to help, again, loosen up and get into that tight trap muscle that you have on the top of your shoulders. A lot of people hold tension and stress in their shoulders. So we're trying to work that all out. Just extending and bending your right arm. Moving nice and slow. Whenever you roll out, you want to go really slow. Then put your hand down. You're going to lift your chin, tuck it to your chest, and then lower your head back down. Lift and lower, putting a lot of pressure into the ball. Lift and lower. lift, and lower. Stay there with your head down, and then you're going to push your hips up, driving your weight into the ball as your hips go up, and then lowering the hips down. Up and down. So it's going to put a lot of your weight into the ball, which is going to make the ball go really deep into the muscles. And lower. So you're just lifting and lowering your hips up and down. Really slow, controlled movements. Lifting up and down. We're going to lift our head up, and now we're going to turn it side to side. So you're going to look over your right shoulder and then over your left shoulder, just turning your head side to side. Again, we're trying to release out tightness in our shoulders, our neck. Can even go down through the scapula into that thoracic spine. Now let your head release. Just take the ball out from underneath, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you're going to start it up at your trapezius muscle at the top, lift your hips, and then roll it down to the point of your scapula and roll it back up. So you're just shifting your weight forward and backwards so you can roll on the ball. Again, it's not on the bone. There's no point in rolling out a bone. We're trying to roll out the muscles around right next to the scapula bone. Let your head release down. Put the ball up to your traps on top, and then your left arm is going to extend overhead, and then you'll bend at 90 degrees. Extend and bend. Going through this nice and slow a number of times to really let those muscles relax. Keep going, lifting the arm up and stretching it, and then bending it out 90 degrees. Your head, your hips are down on the mat. Lower your hand down, then lift your head, tucking your chin to your chest, and release it down. Lifting and lowering the head. Nice and slow up. And down, up and down, up and down. Now we're going to lift the hips up, pushing into the ball as we go up, and then slowly lowering the hips down. We really want to push the weight back towards our head so that we're pushing weight into the ball as our hips come up, and then we let them release back down. Lifting and lowering the hips up and down, slow, with control. Head lifts up again with the hips go down, and then you turn your head side to side. Turning one way and then the other way. Come back to the middle, let your head release down, and move the ball out from underneath your body. Roll to your side and come out to a seated position. Now we're going to work on our chest muscles and our pectorals. We'll take the ball at the meaty part of your chest, and we're going to roll it out towards the shoulder and then in towards the midline. So it's not going to go really far. It's just kind of moving maybe like 4 or 5 inches as you roll in and out. So we don't want it to go like to the midline of the chest, and we don't want to go out like all the way out to the shoulder bone. It's just more in that meaty section. And you're going to lengthen your arm out, and you're going to lift it up straight and lower it down. As you lift, put pressure into the ball and then lower. Lift and lower. Straight arm up and down. When we open up our pectoral muscles, that helps when we do back bends. It helps with our posture. We want to make sure that we're opening up the front. Now you're going to turn your hand up to the ceiling and take your hand onto your lower back. Roll your shoulder down towards the floor and your elbow rests on the floor. So your inward rotation and the ball is just pressing into your shoulder. Not your shoulder, it's your pec muscle next to your shoulder in your chest. Rest there with that inwardly rotated position of the shoulder joint. Lift up, take the ball out and slide it to the other side. Same thing, extend now your right arm or whatever arm you didn't do, and you're just going to roll that ball that 4 or 5 inches on the chest muscles, trying to stay in the medius part of your chest. And then you'll extend the arm, lift up, straight arm, and down. Your chest is down on the mat, your chin is down on the mat, and you're just lifting the arm up and down. And then flip the palm up to the ceiling, slide your hand behind your back, take your shoulder inward and your elbow, rest it down on the floor if you can. If not, just turn it down towards the floor and just hold it there. Really relaxing, letting all of the muscles be loose. And extend your arm back out. Just press yourself up onto hands and knees. And now we're going to roll out your psoas muscle. So right next to your hip bone, you're going to roll the ball down the inside of your hip crease and then up, all the way up above your hip bone. So we want to stay kind of in that meaty area inside the hip bone. And we'll start just by rocking side to side. With the weight on the balls, you can prop yourself up on your elbows, but have your stomach muscles really relax. Your psoas is a hip flexor muscle. It's your deepest muscle that runs under all of your stomach muscles and up and connects to your spine. Now lay your head on your hands, and you're going to extend your leg that's on the ball up and down. Lift from your hip. So as you lift, again, the pressure is going to go into the ball, and you lower down. Straight leg up and down. Point the toe. Lift the leg up and down. As you lift, that ball is going to go deep. This psoas muscle can be really tight. So try to just breathe and relax into as you lift and lower your leg up and down. Trying to still relax the stomach muscles. Then come back up onto your elbows. Just stay there with the ball. And you're relaxing, putting weight into the ball, and letting that ball really think about coming into all those muscles and going so deep that it's hitting and loosening the psoas muscle under all of your abdominal muscles. This is really another way to help release out the lower back, is to release out your psoas. We're going to try to get a little bit deeper. So we'll bend our leg and reach back and take a hold of it with the same hand as leg. And then you're going to push into your leg and then release. You're going to push your foot into your hand to try to lift up and then release. Push and lift and release. And then you're going to push and hold it there. Keep trying to lift up. Lots of weight going into the ball. Release your foot. Push off the ball and then change it to the other side. Right inside of that hip bone, and then we're going to roll it in towards the belly button and out towards the hip again. Just rocking the hip side to side. Relaxing all of the muscles in your stomach. Then put your chin down on your hands. Just hold down, pushing your weight into the ball underneath you. Lift and lower your back leg up and down. Whatever leg is on the ball, that's the one you're going to lift and lower. Pushing up, lowering down. Try to get your legs straight as you lift and lower. Up and down. Up and down. Lift and lower. Keep it going. Then just keep your foot down, prop yourself up on your elbows again, and just let your belly sink. Relax your muscles. Let the ball move into your stomach muscles. Trying to relax your shoulders as well. Since we just rolled those out, we don't want to put extra tension in them now. Bend your back leg, take a hold of it with your hand, and then you're going to push. Try to lift your knee up and off, and then relax. Push and relax, and then push, lifting the knee up as high as you can and holding it there. And release down. Push your weight back so you come up onto hands and knees. And now we'll roll out our quad muscles. So we're going to start right above the knee. We're going to roll it up to the hip and up and down. So we're rolling it from the top of the knee, above the knee, up to your hip. You go nice and slow, just propping yourself on your elbow. Your other leg you don't want to be rested on your foot. You want to turn your leg out to the side so that a lot of your weight is going on that ball. You want to roll out all the muscles in your quads. So you want to take the ball more towards like the inside of your leg and then the outside of your leg and the center of your leg. You want to make sure that you're hitting all of those different points in the quads. You can also move it towards the outside and work into the IT band a little bit as well. That gets really tight for me, so that's the area that I like to focus on. Then we're going to find our sticky spot, and we're going to bend and extend our leg. Yeah, when you bend, you will definitely feel it getting into those tight quad muscles. Those are some of the biggest muscles in our body. They happen to be tight for a lot of people, and this is going to go really deep into them. So as you start, it can be really intense doing this trigger point release, but then after you're finished, you should feel a really nice release. Your muscles should feel really open and they shouldn't be achy. So it's worth it. As you're doing this, just try to breathe into it. Now you're going to bend your leg, keep your leg bent, and you're going to roll your way up and down your quad, just like we did with the straight leg, but now we have a bent knee. That's going to make those muscles tighten up a little bit, and then you'll roll up and down. It's going to be even more intense. I'm trying to hit, again, all the different parts of your quad. Straighten the leg, push yourself up onto hands and knees, and change to the other side, putting the ball right above your knee, and then rolling up and down from your hip to your knee. Your other leg is just rested, like open in a frog position. So we don't want to be on top of the knee or stepping on the foot. You can always adjust if you need to adjust. If you're rolling like too far off the mat or something, just scoot yourself back on it. Hitting all the different areas. Again, I'm working on the outside to help get into the IT band. That's always really tight for me. You're going to find your tight spot and then bend and extend your leg. Yeah. About 10 of those. And bend, keep it bent, and then roll up and down the thigh. Having the ball just move up and down. And again, anytime you're rolling out, go slow. Take your time. So we really want to massage those muscles out. We don't want to rush through anything. And then extend the leg down. And push yourself up onto all fours. Awesome. All right, we'll do the back side of our legs starting with our calf muscle. Start the ball on the calf. Your other leg is going to prop yourself up so that you can kind of use your leg for support. And you need to lift your hips so that you can roll the ball up and down on the calf muscles. Now again, you can turn the leg in a little bit. You can work towards the outside of the leg. You can go right down the middle of those calf muscles, making sure that you're hitting all the different edges of the muscles or the attachments of the muscles. You're not just staying in one spot the whole time. But again, if you find a spot that feels extra tight, you can spend more time there working it out. If you run, walk, hike a lot, things like that, your calf muscles are going to be tight. To go deeper into this, we're going to put our right foot on top of our shin, and we're just going to push down into the ball. So if you found a tight spot, put your other foot on top of your shin and press down on the ball. And you're just going to hold it there. And then come off. You can roll the ball down a little bit more, a little bit up more, just to release out one final time. And then come off of it all the way. We're going to slide it up to our hamstring. So right where you have that crease where your bum meets your thigh, you want to start there. And then again, you're going to lift your hips so you can roll the ball down towards the knee and then back up to that crease. Just like we've done with the quad and with the calf muscles, make sure that you're going down the middle, the outside, and more towards the inside of your leg. Same thing, you can put your bottom or your opposite leg on top of it and then push that leg so that you're getting more weight into the ball. Okay, switch to the other side. Put it under your other calf, lift your hips, and roll forward and backward, massaging out your calf muscles. You can see that I'm changing where the ball's rolling. Sometimes I'm turning the leg in, sometimes I'm turning it out. Foot can just relax, you don't have to point it. Find your tight spot, release your hips down, take your opposite foot, put it on your shin, and press down. That added weight will just help get the ball to go into the muscles more. And then take your foot off, roll up and down. One last time. And then move the ball up to your hamstring, starting at the crease, your bum, and your leg, and rolling down towards your knee. Your hips have to be lifted. If your wrists get sore, you can take a minute and set your hips down, roll your wrists around. Sometimes holding up all your body weight for this long can make the wrists sore. Find your tight spot, drop your hips down, put your foot on top of your thigh, and press down. Take your foot off, roll off the ball. And that's it. Make sure you drink a lot of water today because we just rolled out those muscles and it released a lot of lactic acid out. And if you drink water, it will flush it out of your system instead of having it just go right back into your muscles. So make sure you're getting in lots of water. If you do this 2 to 3 times a week, it will help a lot with your flexibility. So if flexibility is something that you've been working on, make sure that you include this in your programming. It'll also help with decreasing pains, aches and pains that you have in your muscles. So it's a great thing to do even if you're not working on your flexibility. Like and subscribe for more videos like this.